In a world saturated with self-help messages and magic formulas for success, one idea stands out and echoes through the most optimistic corners of our society: positive thinking. The promise is tempting: direct your thoughts toward success and happiness, and they will inevitably materialize in your life as if by magic. But how much of this promise holds up under a more critical scrutiny? Today, we're going to unravel the myth of positive thinking and explore the true impact it can have on our lives. Imagine for a moment that you are standing in front of a vast field, fertile land waiting for you. In your hands, you hold a seed. This seed represents positive thinking. Popular belief suggests that by planting this seed, a lush forest of wealth and success will instantly spring up around you. However, the reality is somewhat more complex and less immediate. As any gardener or farmer can attest, planting a seed is just the beginning of a journey that requires patience, dedication, and hard work. Positive thinking, while a powerful tool, acts more like the act of planting that seed. For it to germinate, grow, and finally bloom, it takes more than just wishing or thinking. Action is required. Water, sunlight, nutrients, protection against pests and diseases, all these elements are essential in growing a healthy plant. Similarly, for our dreams and aspirations to materialize, we must nourish them with consistent actions, strategic planning, and the resilience to face challenges that come our way. But why has the idea of positive thinking as a quick solution become so popular? In part, it can be attributed to the human desire for shortcuts, for quick solutions that promise immediate results without substantial effort. It's a seductive narrative, the idea that by simply changing our mindset, we can alter our external reality. However, true change, real success, comes from the interplay between thinking and doing. In this video, we'll unveil the strategies that have turned dreams into reality, not through the strength of thought alone, but through the power of action informed by optimism. Join us on this journey beyond the myth, where positive thinking meets the real world of hard work and persistence. Can positive thinking alone pave the way to success, or is there more to the story than we've been told? Ready to discover the true essence of positive thinking and how to apply it effectively in your lives? Then stay with us, as we promise a revealing and inspiring exploration that might change the way you view your dreams and goals. Welcome to the reality of positive thinking, where each thought is a seed waiting for the right effort to germinate. As we delve deeper into the journey of positive thinking, it's crucial to recognize its true nature and potential. Just like a seed newly planted in fertile soil, positive thinking does not trigger an instant transformation in our lives. It's not a magic wand that, when waved, materializes our deepest desires without any effort on our part. On the contrary, this seed, though small and seemingly insignificant, carries within it immense potential. However, to unlock this potential, a combination of patience, care, and above all, action is required. Imagine, for a moment, that the seed of positive thinking you've planted begins to germinate. Initially, its growth is invisible, hidden beneath the surface of the earth. This early stage can be likened to the first steps we take towards our goals, fueled by hope and optimism. We may not see the results immediately, but something fundamental is happening. We're laying the groundwork for future growth. Just as a seed needs water, sunlight, and nutrients to grow, our dreams and aspirations require continuous effort, well-planned strategies, and a healthy dose of resilience in the face of challenges. Thus, positive thinking should not be seen as an end in itself, but as the beginning of an active process. It's the first step on a journey that leads us to act, adapt, and persist despite adversity. But how can we nurture this seed to ensure its healthy and vigorous growth? The answer lies in our ability to combine positivity with concrete actions. This means setting clear goals, devising realistic action plans, and most importantly, committing to perseverance, even when results seem distant. Positivity alone can provide the initial motivation, but it's our persistence and actions that will turn this motivation into tangible outcomes. You might be wondering, what fruits can this seed of positive thinking produce? The beauty of this metaphor is that, just like in a garden, the variety and abundance of the fruits depend on the attention and care we dedicate throughout the process. Some may find satisfaction in achieving personal goals, others in professional successes or in improving relationships. Regardless of the type of fruit we seek, the fundamental principle remains the same: the seed of positive thinking is just the beginning. By embracing positive thinking as the first step on a journey of growth and achievement, we open our minds and hearts to the power of action. I invite you to reflect on the seeds you've planted in your own life. How can you nourish them with action, dedication, and perseverance? How can we, together, cultivate a garden of possibilities that flourishes not just with dreams, but with concrete achievements? Join us as we continue to explore the many dimensions of positive thinking and its role in our lives. Remember, every thought is a seed of potential. It's up to us to provide the fertile soil of action and determination for it to flourish. Welcome to the continuous cultivation of the seed of positive thinking. Continuing our journey through the fascinating universe of positive thinking, we arrive at a concept that serves as a bridge between the world of thoughts and that of concrete reality: selective perception. This principle reveals a fundamental truth about how our mind works. What we focus on expands in our consciousness, shaping our experience of the world around us. But how exactly does this happen? And how can the power of the mind, through selective perception, be both a powerful tool and an obstacle in our path? Let's conduct a simple experiment together, one that you can do from the other side of the screen. For a moment, I'd like you to pause this video and look around you, with a specific goal in mind: identify everything that is red. Go ahead, do it now. Now, come back here. Without looking again, try to recall, how many green objects did you see? Surprised by not remembering many, or even any? This isn't because you're not observant, but because your brain was tuned to specifically look for the color red. This phenomenon is a classic example of selective perception. Our mind, following our instructions, filtered out everything that didn't meet the set criterion, even though there might have been an abundance of green objects around you. This simple experiment offers us a powerful lesson on focus and how it can dramatically alter our perception of reality. When we apply this understanding to positive thinking, we begin to see how the focus we choose can affect what we perceive and, consequently, how we feel and act in our daily life. If we direct our attention to the positive aspects of our existence, we not only become more adept at identifying them but also open ourselves to experiences that resonate with that positivity. However, it's crucial to understand that selective perception does not mean ignoring the challenges or negative aspects of life. On the contrary, recognizing and facing these realities is an essential part of growth and resilience. What selective perception offers is a lens through which we can choose to focus on what strengthens and inspires us, instead of being consumed by what brings us down. Just like in cultivating a garden, where we don't ignore the weeds but choose to focus on nurturing the healthy plants, in our lives, we can use selective perception to emphasize what is positive and constructive. This not only enriches our life experience but also empowers us to face challenges with a stronger and more optimistic mindset. Selective perception is, therefore, a powerful tool in our journey of positive thinking. It teaches us to be selective about where we place our attention, reminding us that, although we can't control all life circumstances, we can always choose the focus of our thoughts. And by making this conscious choice, we not only transform our perception of reality but also take the first steps towards transforming our own lives. I invite you now to apply this knowledge. As we move forward, ask yourself, what am I focusing on? Am I nourishing my mind with thoughts that promote growth and positivity, or am I allowing negativity to take hold? Remember, the seed of positive thinking, when nurtured with focus and action, has the power to transform not just our perception but our entire reality. As we venture deeper into the fertile land of thought and perception, we reach a crucial turning point in our journey: the conscious choice of the seeds we plant in our minds. These seeds, in the form of thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes, are more than just fleeting visitors in our consciousness. They have the potential to root deeply, growing into trees that will dictate the landscape of our inner reality and, by extension, our lives as a whole. Therefore, the quality of these seeds cannot be underestimated, for it determines the nature of the fruits we will harvest in the future. Our subconscious mind, an incredibly fertile soil, does not differentiate between good and evil, positive and negative. It accepts and cultivates any seed we decide to plant, with an efficiency and lack of judgment that can be both a blessing and a curse. Just as rich soil can give rise to both a beautiful garden and an impenetrable jungle, our mind can cultivate dreams and aspirations or fears and insecurities, depending on the seeds we choose to plant. So, how do we carefully select these seeds? The first step is to develop an acute awareness of our own thoughts and beliefs. We need to learn to observe our patterns of thinking like a gardener examines their seeds, identifying those that have the potential to grow into positive and enriching outcomes. This involves a degree of self-reflection and honesty, recognizing not just the thoughts that lift us up, but also those that drag us down. Once we have this awareness, the next step is the active cultivation of a positive mindset. This means not just removing the weeds of negative and limiting thoughts but also nurturing and reinforcing those thoughts we wish to see blossom. Like a well-tended garden, our mind requires constant attention and maintenance. We need to water and feed our positive thoughts, giving them the light and nutrients they need to grow strong and healthy. But what does this mean in practice? It means practicing gratitude, focusing on the good in our life, no matter how small. It means setting positive goals and working towards them with determination and hope. It means surrounding ourselves with positive influences, be they people, books, or environments, that nourish our spirit and encourage our growth. And, perhaps most importantly, it means speaking to ourselves in a positive and encouraging manner, for the words we tell ourselves are some of the most powerful seeds we can plant. By choosing and planting our seeds with care, we are not just cultivating a more positive mind, we are also paving the way for a more fulfilling and realized life. Remember, every thought we allow into our mind is a seed that has the potential to grow into something magnificent or destructive. Let us then make this choice with wisdom and care, cultivating an inner garden that reflects the beauty and prosperity we wish to see in our lives. Reflect at this moment on the seeds you have planted in your own mind. Which ones deserve to be nurtured, and which should be uprooted and replaced? Together, let's learn to cultivate a garden of thoughts that not only survives but thrives, transforming every challenge into opportunity and every dream into reality. It's important to acknowledge that we are not isolated in our efforts to cultivate a flourishing internal space. The world around us, with its endless voices, opinions, and beliefs, acts incessantly as an alternative gardener, often without our consent. These external influences can sow seeds of both growth and destruction in our mental garden, depending on how vigilant we are in protecting and nurturing our sacred space. Every word or action from those around us carries the potential to plant a new seed in our minds. A harsh criticism, a careless comment, or even someone's subtle doubt can root itself like a weed, choking our growth and undermining our confidence. Conversely, genuine encouragement, constructive feedback, or simply the supportive presence of someone can act like revitalizing rain on our garden, encouraging the strength and beauty of our thoughts to bloom. Thus, it becomes essential that we become diligent guardians of our mental garden, consciously choosing which external influences we allow to penetrate our space. But how do we protect our garden against these negative seeds without isolating ourselves from the world? Firstly, it's vital to develop a keen sense of discernment, learning to filter opinions and criticisms through the lens of our own truth and values. This doesn't mean rejecting all negative feedback but rather assessing its validity and usefulness for our personal growth. Ask yourself, does this criticism serve me? Does it come from a place of genuine concern and a desire to help, or is it merely destructive? Moreover, it's crucial to surround ourselves with people and environments that reflect and support the values and dreams we wish to cultivate in our mental garden. This not only provides the ideal conditions for growth but also creates a natural barrier against negative influences. Like a garden protected by a hedge, our mental space becomes more resistant to unwanted invaders when surrounded by a supportive community. However, even with the best protection, some negative seeds may find their way to us. When this happens, resilience and the ability to maintain focus on our own positive seeds become our most valuable tools. Remember, the power to give attention and nurture lies in our hands. We can choose to focus our resources on the seeds we want to see grow. By becoming master gardeners of our mental space, we learn the delicate art of balancing openness to the external world with the protection of our internal well-being. The key is to maintain focus on the positive seeds we wish to cultivate, allowing them to grow and flourish, challenging the darkness of the negative seeds cast by others. I invite you, then, to reflect on the influences in your life, which are nurturing your mental garden with love, support, and positivity, and which might be sowing doubts and fears. By becoming a conscious guardian of your mental space, you not only protect your own growth but also become a source of light and inspiration for those around you. From understanding the myth of positive thinking to deeply exploring the soil of our minds, we've learned that the true power to thrive does not reside in mere words of encouragement or fleeting thoughts. Rather, it is deeply rooted in our ability to choose, with intention and awareness, the seeds we plant in our mental garden. Along this path, we've seen how each thought, each belief, acts as a seed with unlimited potential for growth, whether to blossom into positive outcomes or to get lost in the shadows of neglect. We've learned that our subconscious, this fertile and receptive soil, does not differentiate between good and evil, cultivating whatever we decide to plant. Thus, the responsibility to choose and nurture positive thoughts becomes entirely ours. But how can we ensure that we are effectively cultivating a positive future? How can we protect our mental garden against negative external influences while keeping our focus on the seeds we wish to see grow and prosper? The answer to these questions lies in the conscious adoption of the Power Mind method, a steadfast commitment to invest in our minds, to nourish our inner space with what is most nutritious and beneficial. This method is not a quick fix or an empty promise of instant success. Instead, it is an invitation to conscious action, to a continuous journey of self-discovery, self-development, and mindful growth. The Power Mind method encourages each of us to become the gardener of our own mind, carefully choosing the seeds of thoughts and beliefs we plant. It challenges us to water and nourish these seeds with positive actions, well-thought-out strategies, and a constant commitment to our goals and dreams. It teaches us to protect our mental space from the weeds of negativity, cultivating an environment where only what is beneficial for our growth can flourish. Therefore, I invite you, the viewer, to join me on this continuous journey. Look within yourself and at the garden of your mind. What seeds will you choose to plant and nurture from today? How will you protect and strengthen your mental space against the storms and pests of doubt and fear? Remember, the future we aspire to, filled with success, happiness, and prosperity, begins with the choices we make now, at this very moment. Choose the Power Mind method as your travel companion. Consciously invest in your mind, feed it with positivity, and watch as you, and the world around you, transform in ways you never thought possible. This is the moment to act, to take control of your destiny, cultivating a positive future not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. The power is in your hands. What will you choose to do with it?